Welcome to Study Loop.
Okay, just for a little bit of context, I'm going to show benzyl alcohol. And this is what we had 54.07 milligrams of. And I'm going to show our acetic anhydride. Okay, and this is what we had 56.06 milligrams of. And I'll give the molecular weights here. This is 108.14 grams per mole. And this is 102.09 grams per mole. Great. And after the reaction was complete, she isolated 44.60 milligrams of benzyl acetate, which, if you weren't aware, looks like this. Should be, just double check. Yeah, no OH. It's not an acid. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's because I drew acetic anhydride around. There we go. I was wondering what this. Wait. Okay, great. And yeah, the problem stated there was 44.60 grams of this, milligrams, and that the molecular weight was 150.18 grams per mole. Okay, and we need to calculate the percent yield for this reaction, right? So the first thing that we want to do is find whatever our limiting reagent was, right? Should we be calculating our percent yield from moles of benzyl alcohol or moles of acetic anhydride? Basically, is what we're asking. Okay. Um, so let's calculate how many moles of each we had. Okay. So if we want to calculate how many moles of each we had, basically just need to take the mass that we have in grams and divide it by the molecular weight. That'll give us moles. But note that we have milligrams, so it may be useful to convert these to grams, right? So to convert milligrams to grams, we simply divide by 1,000, right? So this would actually be 0.05407 grams. Okay, and this would be 0.05606 grams. All I did was divide by 1,000. Now we can divide by the molecular weight to get the number of moles. So the initial one, the benzyl alcohol at 0.05407 divided by 108.14, and I get 0.0005 moles. Right, so half a millimole, if you will. And for the acetic anhydride, 0.05606 divided by 102.09, I get 0.00055 moles. Right. So if the reaction is 1 to 1, this is our limiting reagent. Great. Now that we've got that settled, we know that we basically just need to figure out how many moles of product we got and divide it by the number of moles that we started with of limiting reagent, which was our benzyl alcohol. So once again, let's calculate how many grams of our benzyl acetate we had. Just divide by 1,000. That's 0.04460, right? And if we want to convert that to moles, we simply divide by 150.18 grams per mole. 0.04460 divided by 150.18 0.8, I get 0.000297. I will point out that there were additional zeros after that, so it's not just a single sig fig. I should be probably more careful there. At least let's see what it actually was. 0.05407 divided by 108.14. Yeah, there was at least 4 zeros after the fact. Okay, so now this was our moles of limiting reagent. This is our moles of product, and the relationship between them is 1 to 1. So we can simply put one over the other. That is moles of product over moles of limiting reagent. 0.0002970 divided by 0.00050000. Doesn't really matter. And if we want that as a percent, we should multiply by 100 because this will simply give a fraction. So percent yield equals, what do we get? 0.000297 divided by 0.0005. I multiply by 100, we get 59.40.